Hey guys, so I'm gonna have you sideways on this live just because the cell phone holder will not let me film out of the windshield, but I wanted you guys to see the kind of weather that we're dealing with right now. This part of the area is actually pretty calm, but once we get over the top of this hill, it's gonna be a little bit nastier than before. So, kind of in a valley right now. But I'm heading out to the Oxbow area where Evan and I have been filming some of the show and just trying to see what it's going to look like out here. Last night we got hit with a pretty bad snowstorm, so I thought I'd go live while I'm driving out there. I got a cell phone holder up on the windshield, just kind of giving you guys a glimpse of what kind of weather we're going to be dealing with while we shoot. The nice thing is this storm is supposed to end right before Evan flies in, but I'm going to the bridge and different areas to see how the area is and if it's accessible for filming. Evan already said if I know anybody with a snowmobile or something like that, can we get in that way? And I don't know if I have anybody up here who has snowmobiles we could borrow. But what I do have is my four-wheel drive truck, and if I can somehow manage to get through there and up into that area, we'll do it that way. The really cool thing, though, with it being like this, that means things are going to be quiet. There's not going to be as much wildlife anymore, you know, except for that little bird that just landed in the middle of the road. Sorry if I got to have the heat on the windshield. But, I mean, it's a complete whiteout out here, guys. I mean, you can't see anything. See a little bit of the road and then it just disappears. Like I said, I had to put the phone sideways to be able to show you guys. What I'll do is I'll try to get a phone mount hooked up sometime this week before Evan and I head out, so you guys can be on the front dash. When we do driving, we'll have to be on YouTube, because YouTube does allow it as long as you have a phone mount. TikTok does not allow you to drive while being live, which I get, so. Before I left, Stephanie was like, "Are you nuts? You're going out in the Oxbow? It's a secondary highway. It's not even going to be plowed," which it really isn't. And the drifts are pretty bad, the snow drifts. So what happens is these snow plows come in and they plow out the road, and then the wind comes over and takes the snow and just covers the road again. It's not the best conditions up here right now. But I got the yellow light on. Got my high beams on so people can see me coming, and we'll see how it gets when we hit up in Oxbow. Right now we're going through the town of Rosie, which is the town that's right next to Oxbow, and this is one of the areas that we did film. Rosie is one of the areas you guys can't see right now because it's like snowing sideways, but there's actually a large hill in front of us. It's starting to come into visibility. That's a big rock face there. This is where we actually filmed the scene where the truck was driving with the drone. We're coming up, and there's an old abandoned house here. Okay, these roads are not even plowed at all. Holy crap. We just went from plowed roads to nothing. Crazy. Absolutely nuts how just a little bit of road, one town to the other. So the town of Rosie's got their stuff plowed out. Town of Oxbow does not. Weather seems to get worse as we go further down here, which makes sense because down in right by Fort Drum, there's a place called Copenhagen and Tug Hill, and whenever there's snow just pumps out like way worse than anywhere else. And we're actually heading straight into the blizzard right now that has been hitting the area. I know at our house we already have like 10 inches of snow overnight, and we're still getting more. Got to turn the heater back on for the windshield to apologize if it's loud. Coming down next to the Oswegatchie River right now. I think the first place I'm going to check out is the bridge, seeing if Steph is right. Steph said she wasn't sure if it was open all year round or if it is seasonal. If it is seasonal, it's going to make the trip with Evan a little bit more treacherous to get through there. That means nobody goes in there and plows and removes snow. So, and that's something that is important because it is a dirt road. That means it's going to be harder to get traction. And you know, I do have four-wheel drive, but there's you got to find your limits with four-wheel drive too. So, because you still can get stuck. That's why a lot of trucks that you see go off-roading have winches on the front. That's so if they get stuck, they can use the winch to pull themselves out of an area. And I unfortunately do not have a winch on the front of this truck. I do have tow hooks, but I do not have a winch. So we're gonna check out this area and see. Coming up on the bridge now. We're gonna see how it looks and see if it's even accessible. From the look of it, it does look like people have been driving through. We're gonna take a ride across. Oh. And this wind is just pounding down. Looks like somebody did drive with their truck up here. So, don't know how long ago that was. Looks like it wasn't too long ago. Truck does want to give, so we're gonna put her in four-wheel high. There she goes. That's her in four-wheel high. So looks like we're able to make it through. Guys, this is how it goes, man. You have to push the limits, and you got to see where you can get to. Right now, it doesn't look like anybody has... I mean, it looks like one truck's been down here. And it looks like my wipers just gave, which is not good. So I need to buy some new windshield wipers before Evan gets up here. So that's another store visit tonight. If we're going to deal with weather like this, I need to be able to see. I got two wipers that just lost the rubber. Holy crap. You want to talk about not being able to see. Okay, there is a truck down here. So that's a good sign. And we're just going to turn around and go back up. I just wanted to make sure that my truck could make it in this this weather. So we're going to go across the bridge here and So we were able to make it, guys. That's good news. Bridge seems to be holding up well, so good news there too. So we were able to make it here. Now we need to see if we can make it down to the cemetery, which this was the hard one. Getting out to this bridge was the questionable part. I know Evan wanted to film out here. I know that we're planning on doing a little bonfire out here and taking you guys on a live investigation. So got ourselves out here. Is everybody able to see everything okay? I could keep the snow. Yeah, no, I don't want it either. It is gorgeous when it snows, but it's treacherous to get in. Okay, well, I'm just going to keep on coming out here every other day just to make sure that we have accessibility out here. Go. I can put her back into two-wheel once we get in front of the bridge. Do it right here. So this spot right here that we're going to park at real quick so I can put her back into two-wheel. This gated area is a funny spot for the show. Evan and I were wanting to get some action shots of the truck going through puddles and stuff, and Evan went right over here by this little pole here and kneeled down and watched my truck come through this gate, and I hit the puddle a little bit too hard. I covered Evan head to toe in muddy water. Just disgusting, god-awful water, and I felt so freaking bad. He started laughing. He goes, "Hey, sometimes you got to get down and dirty to get the shot." And man, he definitely got down and dirty to get that shot. That was, I mean, he really owned it. He took all the freaking muddy water right to the face. Okay, so now we're heading towards the town of Oxbow, where Caroline Bonaparte is buried. We're going to take a ride up there and see if we're able to get to the cemetery, which is another area. Now, this is one that just premiered in episode 8, the cemetery. This is a questionable area up here because, like, we're right on the edge of the Adirondacks. There's a lot of stories. And like we've said in the show, there's stories of, you know, Bigfoot, of Dogman. There's folk tales of werewolves. There's the Hoof Lady, and she's a part of the Mohawk Reservation's folklore. I'm trying to think who else we got up here. Bear Beast is one that I just started hearing about from other cryptozoology people who are, like, fascinated with cryptids. Apparently it's a story that came out of the Adirondacks. It's a bear-like creature, has like a Bigfoot-like body but a bear head. Don't know what that's about. I've never seen it, but I've heard the stories, and I'll tell you right now, if I saw it, I'd probably crap my pants. But that's another thing we're doing investigations into. And then we have stories like I said, Dogman. We got more coming up on that. What else do we have? Wendigos, skinwalkers, UFO sightings up here, and USO sightings. Actually, that's kind of how Evan and I first met. Was a sighting that I had of something unidentified. It was small, I mean, It literally looks like something organic, and I know you guys have seen the clips and everything. I won't be able to read the comments until I park, guys. So once I get up to the cemetery, I'll park and I'll flip the phone and read some of your comments and chat with you guys real quick. We have a lot going on this week, a lot of lives, and then we have a lot of episodes that we're going to be shooting. So it's going to be a really great week for the show. I think that guy was letting me know that there's no headlights on. There's just enough daylight that it doesn't turn on my headlights. We're pulling into Oxbow, New York right now, where Caroline is buried. We're gonna try to get in right up to the cemetery. I gotta remember how to get into the driveway here. Hopefully they have it plowed. They do not have it plowed, and I'm just kind of guessing where the road is at this point. A little bit stuck right now. I'll just sit here and chat with you guys real quick. Flip the camera. Do this. Okay, so pretty. You can keep the snow. Turn your camera, please. Yeah, we couldn't turn the camera because it's nothing he isn't used to when he's getting his camera shots. Yeah, absolutely. Evan's pretty good at getting his camera shots. So I can't turn the camera because if I turned the camera, this is the kind of shot you were getting out the windshield. Not really a good shot, right? You wouldn't be able to see everything. So that's why I had the camera turned. Well, it looks like all the areas are accessible. I got JJ in the back with me. There he is. JJ. Everybody's saying hi. Let's share this out. Hi. So let's see what's going on with this cell phone. Okay, back. Yeah, the storm's pretty bad out here today. Has the live been going continuously? Has there been any disconnections or anything like that, guys? Or has it been pretty stable? going to start making tracks back home because we are getting hit pretty hard up here. So, back to this. Yeah, we're getting hit pretty hard up here. But the good news is we were able to successfully get to all the areas. I think I have to put this in 4-wheel high to get out of the church parking lot. Okay, that's good. Thank you, Andrea. I appreciate that. Here we go, 4-wheel high. Let's get out of here. Okay, now that we're out of there, put her in neutral, put her in 2-wheel. That's okay, as long as you guys were able to see and kind of go along with, that's fine with me. That was one thing I just told Evan I was going to go check today, because I mean, this is the worst conditions you could get that we're going to get all week. So I wanted to make sure that we could access the areas that we needed to film at. And the good news is we were able to get to everywhere. We got to the cemetery, we got to the bridge already. So we're golden up here. We have other areas, new places we're going to be taking you guys. So pretty excited for that. So this is why it's good to have a truck. It's good to have 4-wheel because we're going to need it. I need to get some new wipers, apparently, so that's what I'm going to have to go out to do tomorrow. But it's supposed to get a little bit worse tonight, and then by 1 a.m. in the morning, the snowstorm is supposed to secede and be gone, so that'll be good. Evan was supposed to fly in tomorrow, but now he's flying in Tuesday, so I think he did a good thing by passing it off a day, because this would have sucked to go pick him up, but I think I'm going to go pick him up in the truck tomorrow. Just be better safe than sorry than going down with Steph's car. Steph's car was going to save us a lot in gas, but the truck is definitely the safer vehicle to drive in, so that's what I'm going to take tomorrow to go pick him up. The nice thing is the truck's all clean and ready to go for the show. Tonight I'm putting everything on chargers. Pretty excited, honestly. As excited as you guys are for the show a lot, I'm as equally excited to get out and film it. And when Evan goes into the editing room and edits it, it's amazing. It's easy because I get to like be a part of that, premiere, right along with you guys. I'll cut some parts of the episodes. Like I've started to do the monster breakdown and helping with that, doing kind of B-roll stuff for Evan, and it's been really cool to learn some of the editing stuff from him, and pretty excited to make this show even better. And that's what it is. It's getting better each time. We're learning our groove. We're finding what's great. And the thumbnails, that thumbnail that I made was awesome. And Evan was the one that came up with the idea. He goes, yeah, like the cryptids on it are great, but let's put our faces on it. And the second I added our faces, I was like, holy crap, he was right. Like this is our look. So it's really cool to, watch from episode 1, which was freaking amazing, to now, to seeing how things are progressing and looking even better. Pretty excited to see what the future holds. And just think, yesterday you could see the grass here. It's crazy. This is why, people say that it's not the weather that we say why this area is cursed. The reason we say this area is cursed because of the economy. The weather does not help, and there has been freak accidents up here. So after talking to a couple people who are really good with weather patterns and everything, we found out that just in the past couple years, this area has hit a new, what do they call it? It's a new part of, what did they say? Gotta think of the words. I'm terrible at that. We've gone into a new, My brain is like just farting on me right now. Basically, we're getting new type of weather patterns up here. We're in a new area than we were 10 years ago. So when a tsunami happens, the tsunami will actually push the Earth's tilt off by 1 degree. And in the past 10 years, we've had 4 major tsunamis. So we're 4 degrees different. And now up here in the past 10 years, when we wouldn't get any severe weather besides winter severe weather, we were getting tornadoes, we're getting microbursts, we're getting severe thunderstorms. Down in Copenhagen, they're getting thunder snow. They're getting snowstorms with thunder and lightning. So where people have said that this area is cursed for weather, I kind of get it. It's weird, it's creepy, it's exciting too at the same point. I love doing photography of thunder and lightning storms, and when I was 8 years old, my favorite movie I watched was Twister. And I wanted to be a tornado chaser. That was one of my goals in life, was going and chasing storms. And I have done that a little bit for the local news station, has covered some severe weather up here. When microbursts had hit, and when I became a volunteer firefighter for a while, when I lived in a small town called Russell, I got to go out and experience, what it was to be a first responder. And it takes a lot of work and dedication. If I still lived in Russell, I'd still be doing it. I really enjoyed a lot of the people I worked with. They were great, hardworking individuals that, really cared about their community. And, I got to give a huge shout out to all the first responders out there on what they deal with, especially the volunteers on a day-to-day basis, on how much, work they put in for no pay. And it's great to see people that still care about their community that much, that they volunteer that time. So I've actually started taking courses and classes to become a severe weather spotter in upstate New York, because it has gotten to a point where weather up here has become more and more unpredictable than it was before. Not just winter-wise, but with the spring and summer, like I said, the tornadoes that we've been getting and the microbursts, even the local news station has started to give classes to educate people with being first responders when it comes to being a storm spotter, with finding possible tornadic activity and severe weather like that. So I think when I have time and I can volunteer, I will definitely do that for the local news station. Wow. That is a whiteout right there. Maybe not a complete one because you can still see, but like it's coming down. It's got about a quarter mile of visibility. I've driven in times where, when I was down in Buffalo, New York, I had 4 foot of visibility off my front bumper. That was scary. That was me doing 5-10 miles an hour in a 55. And everybody else was doing that fast because you wouldn't be able to see if somebody was stopping in front of you. You had to go slow. Well, it's good to know that we can make it out to Oxbow. That was the biggest thing, was I took the most severe weather day to get out there and see if these places were accessible, and we found out they are, so that's good. Well, anyways, guys, I'm going to get off right now. I just wanted to share this time with you, and hope you enjoyed the live, and Evan and I will see you later on this week, guys.